Hello friends, let us see about the UML diagrams. UML diagrams consist of the structural diagrams like class diagrams, object diagrams, etc. and behavioral diagrams. So two categories are there, mainly structural diagrams and the behavioral diagrams. Today we are going to see about the behavioral diagrams. So in the behavioral diagrams, let us see first about there are different types of behavioral diagrams like interaction diagrams, then activity diagrams are there, state chart diagrams are there, timing diagrams, etc. So let us see about the interaction diagrams first. So what are the interaction diagrams? So interaction diagrams, these are basically used to show the interaction between the different objects which are there. So interaction, what is meant by interaction? Interaction is a behavior which comprises of the set of the messages which are exchanged between the objects. So what is a message? Message is the communication between the specification of communication between the objects. Interaction behavior is represented in UML by two types of diagrams. So there are two types of diagrams basically. One is the sequence diagram and the another is the collaboration diagram. The purpose of the both diagrams are similar. Sequence diagram, this is showing the time sequence of the messages, and collaboration diagram, this basically shows the structural organization of the objects that send and receive the messages. So two diagrams are there, interaction. Let us see about the purpose of the interaction diagrams. It captures dynamic behavior of the system, message flow in the system, describe message flow in the system, describe structural organization of objects, and describe interaction among the objects. To draw the interaction diagrams, it is necessary to find out objects which are, to identify the objects which are taking part in interaction. What are the message flow among the objects? Then the sequence in which the message are flowing, the flow of the sequence, and then the organization of the objects. So first we'll see about the sequence diagrams which are there, which are showing the timing sequence. So which entities are playing role in this? That are the objects. So objects are communicating with each other. The customer wants to make an order, to do an order. The customer order, special order, and or normal order. All these are the objects in this, and these objects are being initialized. So there is a call which is called as a initialization call, and then there is a message between this message is the interaction between the customer to place the order. So send order is a method which is being called over this object. Now the first call is the send order, which is method of the order object. So it is a method of the order object. The next call is the confirm, which is a method of the special order object. And the last call is the dispatch. So dispatch is a method of the special order objects again. Now these diagrams shows the method calls from one object to the another object, and this is actual scenario when the system is running. Send order, confirm. Now then the dispatch of this dispatch order. Now after that it is going to return the values from the specific methods which are being called in the sequences. Now there is a lifeline associated with each of the sequences for that object. So this lifeline determines what is the lifeline of that particular call which is being carried out. For example, the call which is the lifeline of that, it is totally showing this in the form of the this rectangle. So this dashed line is a lifeline over which this particular call is going to take place, and it is going to show the start and the ending of this call which is there. So this is one type of the sequence diagram which I am explaining over here. Another type of sequence diagram which is also shown over here, that is the client is the object and the P is a planning assistant. So these three are the object, and the ticket agent is also an object. Now when the call, this is a lifeline, these dashed lines which are being indicated. Now when the call is being there, that is a create in the stereotype, it is being shown. Then actual parameters, these are being shown like set itinerary. It is shown in I, which is the actual parameter the call is going to take place. It is showing the return and the return values over there. Then calculate the route, which is call local invention, and there is a destroy and the send method. So this is the way in which the sequence diagram is going to work. So it will show the flow of the sequences of the messages which are communicating between the different objects. Now let us see about the collaboration diagram. So collaboration are also the interaction diagram, which is showing the structural organization of the objects that send and receive message. Again, there is interaction of the objects with by sending the messages. It is shown by the collection of the vertices in the arc. The method called sequence is shown by the numbering technique. So here in this case, the numbers are given to the methods in the form of the sequence which is taking place one after another. So let us see about the collaboration diagrams in which the client, transaction and ODBT proxy, these are the objects which are being done. Now the sequences of the methods which are being carried out, like first one is create, then set actions, and 1, 2, 3. So this is the way in which the methods are being sequenced over there by numbering technique. There is a link which is associated between one object and the another object, and the link can be local and the global. So these local calls and the global calls which are being shown in this case of the object. Now this 2.1 and 2.2 are also the particular sequences which are being shown of the calling of that particular methods over there, set values, and the arrow which is indicated, that is the message which is being sent from one object to the another object. So these are the collaboration diagrams. The method calls are similar to the sequence diagram in case of the collaboration diagram, and difference between being sequence diagram is does not describe object organization, whereas collaboration shows the object organization in this case. So this is one of the collaboration diagram of the order management system again. So in this case, it is showing the different kind of objects which are used. The method calls are similar to the sequence diagram. So here customer, order, and the special order are the objects in this case. Now one which is send order. So initially we have seen in the sequence diagram the send order, confirm, and dispatch. These were the three different method calls in the sequence. The sequence is indicated by the numbering of the method calls. So initialization step is there and end of the process is there. Now this is called dispatch, is a method which is self delegation. So dispatch is a method of the special order which is a self delegation, means it is been calling itself over there. Okay. So that is with respect to the collaboration diagrams. Now let us move on to the next diagrams which are called as a activity diagram. Activity diagram, these are also the behavioral diagrams which are showing, which are another important diagram in the UML to describe the dynamic aspects of the system. So it is basically showing the flow from one activity to the another activity, and is an ongoing non-automatic automatic execution with the state machine. It is similar to the state machine. Activities has some kind of action which is made up of some atomic computation that are executable and result in the state change in the state of the system, or return some kind of value. So it is going to return some value, or it will cause the change in the state of the system. So here in this case, action which is there, which is used for calling another operation, sending a signal may be there, or creating and destroying of an object, or some pure computation. Now, such as evaluating an expression. Suppose that expression evaluated as considered as a computation over there. Now, in this graphically activity diagram consists of again the same, that is the vertices and the arcs. Activity diagram is considered as a flow chart. It is considered as a flow chart, but it is not same as that of the flow chart. It is showing the flows such as which are parallel, branched, concurrent, and single. Now, purpose of the activity diagram is to show activity flow, to draw activity flow, describe sequence from one activity to another, and describe parallel, branch, single, and concurrent flow of the system. So to show in the form of the activity diagram. It consists of activity state and action states, transitions and the objects. So these three things are being shown in the case of the activity diagram. So before drawing an activity diagram, first we have to find out activities, association, conditions and the constraints. So these four things we need to identify before drawing an activity diagram. Now this is an example of an activity diagram which is showing the activity diagram of the same thing which you have seen just now, that is order management system. In the order management system, we have seen that the customer sends an order request. So this activity is shown in the form of the ellipse, and order the request. So this order request system confirms the receipt of the order. So now these activities are shown one by one by links and the associations which are there. This bold dot which is shown, that is in the form of the dark bold dot, which is called as the start of the process. So in the diagram, which there are four main activities: send the order, receipt of the order, confirm the order and dispatch of the order. So dispatch this order, confirm the order and dispatch of the order. So these are being shown in this particular activity diagram. Now after the type of the order is identified, first order request is being done, conditions are being checked. So check if the order is normal order or not. So if it is normal order, then according to that, yes, it will go to confirm the order. If it is not the normal order, then it will check if the order is a special order. If yes, check if the order is the special order, then confirm the order. Otherwise no, then it will go to terminate. Similarly, after dispatching of the order, it is going to the termination, that is the acceptance states which you are going to have. So this diamond reflects the condition check in this activity diagram. So this is one type of activity diagram. Another one, that is initial state is defined, final state is being defined. Now this is one example of the activity diagram. So these are all the action states which are shown in the ellipses or activities we can say. Now there is something called as branching in this, which is shown in the diagram, which is based on the condition. Just now which we have seen in the diagram is called as a branching over there. So branching is being carried out depending upon the condition. So do site work or do trade work. And then we have the object flow in this. Concurrent join is being provided and concurrent fork. Now let us see about what is meant by fork and the join and the object flow. So in this case, what is the fork? Fork is nothing but it is the splitting of single flow of the control. Suppose that you are supposed to branch into two parts. So that is single flow into two or more concurrent flow. This is being branched out. It may have an incoming transition and two or more outgoing transaction, so which show the independent flow. For example, this is an example. Prepare of the speech is an activity or action state which is there, and it is being forked into. So this bold line which is being shown over here, the dark bold line, which shows the fork over there. So that is the fork has been caused into gesture and decompress. So now again the decompress process or the action is being forked into two parts, that is two methods, that is sync mouth and the stream audio. And then we have, after the branching is completed, then we have the join activity, join in which two of the methods, these are being joined to concurrent joins which are there, and it is joined into one activity. Two activities are being joined into one activity in this case. So this is called as a join synchronization of two or more concurrent flows. So two or more incoming transactions and one outgoing transaction. So now here in this case, one outgoing transition is there from the two two flows from the sync mouth and stream audio in this case. Now there is one more concept which is called as each in the UML, that is called as a swim lane. Swim lane, where the group is divided from its neighbor by a vertical solid line, which is shown in the figure like this. So swim lane, like this is an activity diagram. Customer sales and warehouses are the objects. Now these are the action states which are being causing. The sequence is being shown to you. Now there is a fork. over here from the request product. Now swim lanes, these are showing the grouping of that by dividing these particular objects into the vertical lines. So this is the way